Welcome back once again. I'm Mayor Mike, and now we're talking point. And here with me, I have Bella and Bailey, UWSP students. We're talking about an event that's coming up very soon for the Wisconsin-Nicaragua Partnership. For those of you who may not be familiar with it, President Kennedy started the Partners of the Americas between the United States and Nicaragua, and Wisconsin jumped on there. So we have a partner city in Esteli, Nicaragua, and it's been in effect for decades. More of a humanitarian style relationship, not like a sister city, but very, very similar. So we've frequently sent down equipment. There's a warehouse on the north side of Point that Bob Bauer owns. Amy Wiza, my cousin, is actually in charge of that. It was started by her mother. And they take donations and they send things down. We had the university had a bike program that went belly up, and we wound up sending all of those bicycles to Nicaragua. We send old fire equipment, and it's not just Stevens Point, it's all of Wisconsin. As a matter of fact, on their $10 bill, they have a lighthouse, and that lighthouse has the light from the Clintonville Airport. So it's a long-standing partnership. They take donations of medical goods and tables, chairs, things like that, to help out with what they have learning centers down there. So scattered throughout Nicaragua are just makeshift learning areas for the students. We ship down books, they learn crafts, they learn sewing, things that help them in their everyday lives. And that's been going on for quite a while. If you're interested in learning more about that, you can contact Amy at the Wisconsin-Nicaragua Partnership that is headquartered on campus. But Bella and Bailey are here to talk about a fundraising event that's coming up. So ladies, welcome.
Thank you.
And tell me a little bit about your involvement. How did you get involved with the Wisconsin-Nicaragua Partners? And then we'll get into what the event actually is.
I'm the vice president of the student chapter of Nicaragua Wisconsin Partners, and Bella and I are both education majors, so I think it really hits home of the learning centers in Nicaragua and how much need and how important education is to students. So that was my big drive to join and help a good cause.
Yeah, I'm the secretary. I've only been part of the club for maybe 2 months now, but I remember that Bailey and our president, Maddie, came in and they were talking about the bike fundraiser, and I was like, this actually sounds really interesting. And I feel like Bailey said, it does impact like the learning centers because of such a small population of Nicaragua is educated. And I think as education majors, we feel like it's so strongly that more people are.
Yeah, and a group of Stevens Point residents were very fortunate a few years ago to visit Nicaragua. And we went to some of the learning centers, taught some classes, met some wonderful people. And many of these learning centers, they're not like the schools we have around here. Sometimes they're just an addition to the house or a lean-to from someone's home. And volunteers put all of this stuff together, and they volunteer their time and energy to help these students. And some of them walk or bike miles to attend some of these learning centers. So when you started getting involved with some of the learning centers, you noticed that they probably could use a little help. Tell me a little bit about that as we go into why you're raising the money.
What we're actually fundraising for right now is walls for their learning centers, because right now they're just under like small, weak roofs. And, you know, I think anyone knows that that can affect your learning environment and like information you're taking in. But I think that it's really important that right now, I don't really know what else to say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like acid rain, and just with the weather down in Nicaragua, it's not the most suitable for children and teachers. So seeing all the pictures of the learning centers without walls or a makeshift roof, it dampens our spirit, and we want to help as much as we can.
We don't realize how privileged we are that we have walls everywhere. And that's such a big thing that we don't think about.
Just keeping out the elements, you know, because it's a volcanic area.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when we were there, there was a live active volcano, Mount Messiah, and all of that. I mean, it's right there. So you have a makeshift roof, and when I say makeshift, I really mean makeshift. It's a lean-to is giving it more credit than it really is in some cases. But that's what they have available. So they use the resources they have, and surprisingly, they're all in good spirits just to have what they do. But the weather, when it rains, it doesn't just rain straight down. It comes in and it can get into the books and the tables, and all of that stuff gets damaged quicker. So the fact that you're raising money to put some walls on some of these learning centers is something that I think is very admirable. Tell me about the event. What is it? When is it? Where is it? Give me the details.
It is the Global Cuisine Night. It is at the Rose House downtown.
Okay.
It is April 6th. It is from 4 to 7. People can come and go as they please. You want to talk about where you can get tickets?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So there's QR codes and posters around UWSP on Eventbrite, and if you talk to one of the
members.
student chapter members, thank you, you can buy the tickets in person. So it's $20 for general admission, $15 for a student ticket, and then at the door it's $25.
Okay. And when you say global cuisine, what does that mean?
There's going to be Indian food, African food, and Nicaraguan food.
Okay.
And for dessert, there's going to be crepes. Okay. There's a cash bar. And there's also going to be entertainment. We're going to have some music. We're going to have pictures of when some of our members went down to Nicaragua on a slideshow.
Yeah, so it'll be a good learning opportunity too. Along with getting tickets from the student chapter or any students, you can go on Eventbrite. There is a Facebook event that's already created. I know I shared it on my personal page. You can also stop by the Wisconsin-Nicaragua office, I assume?
Yes.
To get tickets, and that's, for those of you locals, it's in, I think it's the old Nelson Hall, right?
Yep, 1209 Fremont Street.
1209 Fremont Street. So you can go right in there. You can also look them up and just give them a call, and they can get you directions on where you can get tickets from as well. So again, April 6th at the Rose House, which is downtown Stevens Point. Rosalind actually was on our trip when we went. Her son came with us and her mother. So we got to visit some of those things firsthand. We have a great relationship with their fire department and our fire department. They have a national fire department, and a lot of our old equipment goes down there. So we just sent down a package of some SCBA materials and tanks, air tanks to help fight fires. We send down old hoses and turnout gear. So Jaime Delgado is the chief down there, and he's got a pretty good relationship. I know he's visited here a few times. Some of our firefighters have gone down there, and we even have a commemorative area in what we call Cultural Commons down by the Riverfront Arts Center at Piffner Park. A third of that Cultural Commons is dedicated to our friends in Nicaragua. The stone there was actually carved by a very famous artist who lives in the mountains just outside of Esteli. So if you haven't seen that, you should go check that out. Maybe on the way to the April 6th fundraiser at the Rose House. If someone maybe isn't able to attend, they can still make donations to go towards these walls at the learning centers. How would you recommend they do that?
I would recommend going to Nelson Hall, to our office there, and even there's sponsorships that they could sponsor for the event. So going to Nelson Hall and talking to Amy Wiza is the first step I would recommend.
Okay. Yeah, and if someone wants to learn more, by all means, go to the website for the Wisconsin-Nicaragua Partners. I know Amy's got a bunch of pictures up there. If you ever want to know more about it, they're happy to talk to you at Nelson Hall in their offices. They also have a small store there where you can buy coffee and some of the things that are handmade by the Nicaraguans. I know I got one of those hammock chairs. Those are pretty cool. They're handmade. We actually watched them get made when we were in Nicaragua. So this is great, and hopefully we're going to have a good turnout. Tickets are on sale and available now, correct?
Yes.
And again, you can go through Eventbrite. You can contact one of the student chapter members. You can contact Amy over at Nelson Hall, or you can follow the Facebook event and you can get the link to Eventbrite right there. So after you raise the money, what's going to happen? How do you ship the materials down there, or how does that work?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So there are some student chapter members, and Dr. Linda Fernholz, they're going to go to Nicaragua this June, and they're hoping to buy all the materials there and then help the Nicaraguans put up the walls and do as much as they can when they're down there.
That's going to be great, because then I assume we'll be able to get some pictures, so the people that attend the event or donate to the cause are able to see what their money's actually doing. And I really think that people will be moved when they see the conditions that these learning centers operate in. And like I said, they are a tremendous asset to all of the villages that they support. It's not just one learning center down there, there's several. But I think it's very admirable that you ladies are putting this together. I wish you the greatest of success, and I hope everybody reaches out to buy a ticket and support the cause. Again, April 6th, tickets are $20 in advance, $15 if you're a student, and if you wait till the last minute, it's $25, but I guarantee you, even at $25, the food is going to be fabulous. So, and you mentioned entertainment as well, and
Yep.
you'll be able to learn a little bit more about the partnership. So anything you ladies wanted to add?
I think maybe this is a random little thing. There's also a vegetarian option
Okay.
if people request it, and an additional $10 they can have an entree box to bring home.
Oh, nice.
If they love the food that much.
I probably will do that. Well, not only that, I'm not much of a cook, so
Yeah.
having something prepared I can just throw in the microwave.
Having
That'd
some
be great.
leftovers right in
If
there.
someone wanted to get involved, if they're a student watching and they want to get involved in the student chapter, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, I think just emailing, like going on Spin and joining the club on Spin, and we are actually hosting our elections this April.
Okay.
So we're going to have elections.
We have 3 members leaving this semester, so we're going to need a new secretary, a new treasurer,
And a vice
and
president.
a vice president.
Okay, and that's just for the student chapter. If they're not students, you can certainly join the Wisconsin Nicaragua Partnership by contacting Amy or stopping by at Nelson Hall. I know we have at least quarterly meetings, but they're sometimes even more frequent than that. So thank you, ladies, for joining me today. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
I wish you the most success. I've got my tickets ready. I know the police chief just bought some tickets. So you got some customers already. We're looking forward to it. And hopefully the people watching will reach out and get some tickets. Have an evening of entertainment and great food.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. And until next time, I'm Mayor Mike, and we've been Talking Point.
For more information about the Wisconsin Nicaragua Partners or the April 6th Global Cuisine Night, visit wisnic.org or facebook.com/wisnic partners. Talking Point with Mayor Mike Wiza is produced by Mayor Wiza and Stevens Point Community Media.